Hi, welcome to A Little Bit Simple Life. I'm Little Bit. Today I'm preparing Sunday dinner. We're having roast duck with potatoes. Uh, we're having stir fry squash with onions and hot water cornbread. So this is the duck. I've already washed it and cleaned it, and I scored it because it has a lot of fat in the breast part. I scored it so it will release a lot of the fat. I cut off the wing tips, and I kept the turkey neck. I'm gonna bake that for flavor inside the when I'm roasting it. But now you have to make sure that the duck is completely dry. So I'm drying it real good with some paper towels. Um, you don't want any moisture on it if you can help it because you want the skin to get nice and crispy. And it won't happen if you don't get all the water off of it. So I'm just putting paper towels on it and drying it with paper towels. When I'm finished, I'm going to clean my sink real good with bleach to make sure it's thoroughly clean, my sink. Okay, it's all dried. There's no water left on it. Now I'm going to season it with onion powder, garlic powder, salt, a little accent, lemon pepper, Kinder's lemon pepper seasoning, and I think that was all I put in here. And black pepper. So you want to definitely to saute it real good, saute it real good on the inside. On the outsides too. You're gonna rub it in. I might need some more. But I'm gonna cook it. I'm cooking it face down on my baking rack. So it'll be face down. Okay. I'll be back when I have it face down on the roasting pot. Just a second. A roasting pan. Okay. I have the duck seasoned on both sides. And I flipped it over so it'll cook breast down because it's going to release a lot of fat and a lot of oil. I didn't put any oil on the duck at all because it's so oily anyway. You really shouldn't need that much oil or need any oil at all. But I will look at it again in the hour. You have to cook like 2.5 hours. So I'm going to roast it in the oven at 400 degrees for an hour. Take it back out. Add my potatoes and onions to the bottom of the pan underneath where the juice will be underneath the duck. I'll turn it over and put it back in the oven for another hour, and then take it out and look at it again, and then put it back in for another 30 minutes. But I'm not going to cover it up with foil because I want the skin to be nice and crispy. If you cover it in foil, it'll make it really kind of moist and won't be as crispy as I would like. So now put it in the oven for under 400 degrees for an hour. I'll take it back out and show you how it looks in the hour, and then add the onions and the potatoes. Back with you. Okay, I took my duck out of the oven. Now I'm going to remove it from this what's on the tray, on the rack. And you see all this goodness on the bottom of here? This is duck fat, and it's really good. I'm gonna scrape the bottom of the pan. Just scrape it all out to make sure it's not gonna be real sticky when I get my. And then I'm going to put in my potatoes. I guess I'm going to cut up potatoes and onions. Now I'm going to put my oven on 350. Cut it down to 350 and leave it in here for about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour to make sure the duck is done. But I want to stir it in all this good duck fat, because this is really a goodness right here. And I'm going to add a pinch more salt and pepper on it, on the potatoes. Not a lot. This is pink Himalayan salt. And then I'm going to also put some pepper on it. Okay. And now I'm going to put my duck back on the rack, and I need to turn it over. Let me see how I can do this without. Okay. Okay. See, it's not done all the way. And I'm going to put this turkey neck down in the juice, or the duck fat. Okay. I'm going to put it back in the oven for another 45 minutes to an hour on 350. And I'll keep checking on it and basting the potatoes and the onions, because I want you want the crust to be, the skin to be crispy. Okay, see you in a few. Okay, now I'm grilling my squash and onions. And I'm using lemon butter garlic seasoning, Kinder's. I'm going to layer it. If I get this on this layer, I'll put some more on there. I'll put some more on there. Some more seasoning. And I just guesstimate how much seasoning I want on it, you know. It's basically your preference. And sometimes I add a little of my flavor rice, which is this. Just a little bit. A little goes a long way. Once I put it on my vegetables, you put it on rice, you can put it on meat. You put it on a lot of things, but it just adds a little, gives a little kick. Okay, I'll bring you back when it's all done. See you in a few. Well, this is the rest of my hot water cornbread. The last 3 pieces, just finishing up. And my squash and onions, they're also ready. It's ready. I'm just waiting on the duck and potatoes in the oven. Okay, I took out my duck and I basted the potatoes. Now I'm gonna baste the duck a little bit. And then we'll put it back in the oven back up to 400 degrees for about 30 minutes. So make sure this gets nice and crisp. The duck gets nice and crisp. Okay, I'll put it back in the oven for another 30 minutes on 400, and then I'll bring you back when we're through. See you later.